So I see you have a new movie idea for me. Yes, I do. I think you're really going to like this one. I'm sure I will. So the movie is about a boy who gets sent back in time to learn about Canadian history. Why does he get sent back in time? Because. Why is he so special? Because. Why can't we just have him in need of completing a history assignment for the next day and he gets sent back in time by a middle-aged man to help him? I'm sure I can squeeze that in. But why didn't he do the assignment earlier? Do you want me to finish this pitch? Yes. So the prologue is going to be like, Canada became a country in 1867, over 130 years ago, and only had 4 provinces: Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. Some Canadian provinces were originally colonies of Britain, and eventually all the colonies joined Canada and became provinces. The provinces and the federal government shared power. They were responsible for things like education, health, and each province's own government. Oh, so we're going Lord of the Rings style prologue. I've never seen them. I don't care. And then it'll continue with Newfoundland and Prince Edward Island rejected it because they feared they would be swamped by the Union. The new parliament would be based on representation by population, and they had very tiny populations. The government did not run smoothly because the English-speaking people and French-speaking people had different ideas on how to run things. The leaders decided that joining together may solve problems, and colonies didn't have enough places to sell their goods and products, so their solution was to bring all the colonies together so that they could sell more goods throughout Canada. Not only that, they were also having military problems, and the relationship with the British became hugely unstable because the British were defending the South during the Civil War. The legislative council members would have been appointed to each of the 4 provinces. Each province would have 24 members as leaders. The Fathers of Confederation were men who represented the federal central government. They limited a province's powers in lawmaking and politics. The Fathers attended all 3 conferences. The first conference was the Charlottetown Conference, September 1st, 1864. It was to discuss a union of maritime colonies. The second conference was the Quebec Conference, October 1864, Quebec City. This conference resulted in the 72 resolutions. The final conference was the London Conference, winter of 1866 to 1867, London, England. This conference resulted in a drafting Confederation bill. This is somewhat confusing because not all the Fathers of Confederation participated in the conferences. The document that created Canada was called the British North American Act, but it was renamed the Constitution Act of 1867 in the 1980s. I wonder why. You know, that dialogue sounded like we were trying to get a lot of exposition out of the way. Well, we needed to tell the audience about everything that happened. Really? Now we're just doing everything in our power to pad the runtime. Just what I like to hear. And then it'll really begin with a boy named John who's in the library studying for an assignment that's due tomorrow. And then a vortex will come and swallow him whole and spit him out in the 1800s. Why? Because. Why? Because. Makes sense to me. And then he'll be at all 3 conferences and inadvertently cause the creation of Canada. And make everyone be equally represented because, you know, equality. Oh, and he also causes both world wars. Oh, really? Yeah, everything happened like that because he intervened and made it the way he knew it to be. Wouldn't that just be a paradox? A what? I mean, if everything happened like this because he made it the way he knew it to be, then who started this whole chain of occurrence? It's best if you don't think hard about it. Or about it. Don't you think people will draw parallel to Bill and Ted? I mean, going back in time to do a history report for the next day and being sent back by a middle-aged man? No, I don't think people will mind. I'll just blindly believe that. So, what did you think? It's good, it's just not movie material. Miniseries? Direct-to-video? What about a Netflix series? I'm sure that could work. Perfect! We could probably make season 1 12 episodes long. Season 1? Yeah, we're gonna change it a little bit so it'll last at least 8 seasons. I don't think that I could pass up this opportunity. Perfect, now we just need you to make 96 scripts by tomorrow morning. What?